Welcome to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Now maybe you've never come across my channel before. I've been on this journey trying to better myself for a few years now, but it's only recently that I've took it serious. And one of the main challenges that I faced along this journey was having purpose. I found myself going down a path of drugs, alcohol, and I've realised that one of the main reasons for this was lacking a purpose, not knowing what it was that I wanted to do in life. Maybe you feel like the same. Maybe you feel like you're working a job where you're not satisfied. You don't feel like you have purpose. It was at the stage where I didn't even want to get out of bed every morning because of the way that I felt. I felt like I wasn't working towards anything. I had no purpose. Now, if you feel the same, this video is hopefully going to help you. So let's dive straight into it. Here is a picture of me when I was around 18, 19. I was going out every weekend in this car, smoking weed, running away from my reality. I had no purpose. Now this is around a year ago when I started taking self-improvement seriously and trying to better myself, trying to find my purpose. In this picture, I still did not I didn't know my purpose. And I'm not saying I have life figured out. I feel like I've learnt a lot of things through the pain, through the struggles that I went through. So let's get straight into this. Why men struggle with purpose and how to find it. Helping men find direction and meaning in life by Zachary Cox, which is of course me. So the struggle with purpose. This picture is in that car, smoking weed, which was my daily occurrence. I had no aspirations, no real goals, and I was constantly running away from my reality. I was working a job, a 9 to 5, cleaning cars, delivering cars all across the UK. Most of my subscribers know that that was my past, and now we're on a new journey of helping men get out of addiction, get out of ruts, find their purpose, build a physique that they are proud of. So the struggle with purpose. Many men feel lost, unfulfilled, and unsure of what they are meant to do. This video will explore why that happens and how to begin the journey to purpose. Lack of direction leads to addiction, avoidance, and emptiness. And I am a prime example of that. When I had no purpose, when I had no goals, I would run away from my reality and numb myself with substances. So, a little bit about me. I felt lost the majority of my life. Never felt like I had any direction. Everyone who would say to me, follow your dreams. They'd say, do what you love doing. Well, I didn't know what that was. All I ever knew was going out, partying, running away from my real life. Because I had no purpose. I lacked that drive for life. I didn't know what it was I wanted to do. A lot of us pick our GCSEs when we're like 13, 14. And that's meant to lead on to our future, what we're going to do for the rest of our lives. But we don't know what that is. Maybe some of us do. If you do, you're one of the lucky ones. You know exactly what it is you want to do. You know you have goals and you know what it's going to take to achieve your goals. So through these experiences of partying, running away from my reality, I slowly figured out what actually interests me. Hence why I created this YouTube channel. I want to better men. This is exactly what the YouTube channel is about. This is exactly what I want to do. I found my purpose through my pain, which I'll go into a little bit later. Why it's hard to find purpose. We're told to chase money, status, or approval. We're disconnected from our inner voice and values. Trauma, failure, or self-doubt clouds clarity. Purpose isn't found outside. It's discovered within. Only through going through experiences that I went through, I actually figured out what it is that I want, the kind of life that I want to live, the kind of goals that I had. I had to ask myself many questions. I had to make many mistakes, so many mistakes, to eventually figure out what it is and what my strengths were. Now this is a picture of me in a workshop, a bumper of my car, one of the cars that I crashed around 15 cars up to now, hopefully no more. And yeah, this was the bumper of that car. And this is me working in a workshop with the crashed car bumper. Yeah, I had about 15 crashes. Yeah, story for another day, the car crashes. I'll show you a lot of my past life. But right now, let's focus on getting you onto the purpose you actually want to have, onto a purpose what actually feels fulfilling to you. So redefining purpose. Purpose is not one grand mission. It's living aligned with your values. What are your values? What do you believe in? It's contributing to something bigger. It's evolving. It can grow as you do. It's only through making mistakes that we get the lessons. We make the mistakes, we then understand, right, this isn't for me. This isn't what I want to do anymore. And only through that, the mistakes, the pain, that we learn what it is that actually makes us happy, what it is that actually makes us feel fulfilled. So here's a picture of me in Cornwall, just after a 5k run. This was around, I think this was actually on my 22nd birthday. I went to Cornwall. Yeah, I was exercising, but I said, right, I'm going to go to Cornwall and not drink, maybe have a joint. And it turned into a whole weekend full of partying, but I tried to keep my fitness on track. If you can relate with that, I know exactly how you feel. Maybe you told yourself one night you go out with the lads and you'd only have a couple beers, and then it turned into a massive session where at the end of the weekend you felt shit. You were not proud of yourself. You felt shame, that guilt, when we promise ourselves something but we don't stick to it. On to the next slide. So how to start finding purpose? Because this video isn't just about speaking about me. It's not about me finding my purpose. The point of this channel is to help you guys find your purpose. Help you guys feel satisfied with what it is you're doing in life. So use these simple tools to begin. Journaling. What do I love? What have I overcome? What is it you actually like? A lot of us need to sit down with ourselves and think about what it is that we actually like doing. That's why I put a picture of the gym. The whole time that I was partying, the only thing that I actually had, my only outlet, was gym, training, staying fit. If it wasn't for the gym, I think I would have gone a lot further downhill. The gym was the only purpose I had at the time, which is why I put the picture in. So ask yourself, what do I love? What have I overcome? And start writing it on a piece of paper, maybe mind map it, as I've mentioned here. Write down your interests, write down what you're good at, and start working on that. Reflection. Who do you admire and why? You know, the way I see life is I always take little bits from people that I admire. He's good at sales. He's good at working out. He's got very good fitness tips. This guy has purpose. This guy is someone who I want to emulate. Take little bits from everyone you admire and put them all into yourself. And that way, you're going to be 10 times better across the board. You know, learning 10% of loads of skills rather than getting 100% good at one skill is very beneficial. That way you have a broader experience in life. Clarity comes from action and reflection. Start reflecting. Why is it that I make these choices? What is it that I want for the rest of my life? What goals do I have? What morals do I have or do I want to have in the future? Your pain has power. As you can see here, I was crying. This was like a weekly basis from not living up to my full purpose, making mistakes. But it was only through the pain where I actually found what it is that I wanted, where I found my purpose. Your pain has power. Often our purpose lies in our pain. What struggle have you overcome? Who can help you through your story? So what is it that you've been through that maybe you can help other men with? I've been through addiction. I've been through trying to better my physique. I've been through loads of issues that I cover across this channel, and it is only through this pain that I've learned to teach people the lessons that I have learned. You don't know who you are until you make mistakes. You don't know who you are at 18 years old. You have to slowly learn by making different mistakes, by experiencing different experiences in life. This is the only way that you find out what actually works for you, who you actually want to become. Your past doesn't disqualify you, it prepares you. I'm sure a lot of you have been through certain experiences, maybe different to mine, or maybe very similar to mine. And through them, you can find what it is that you can maybe help people with. Maybe you can start coaching people the way that I do. Maybe you can start helping people from telling your story and telling people how you overcome your pains, your experiences in your life, And you can do the same thing as me, coach people, help people, get people out of that rut that everyone or a lot of men find themselves in when they have no purpose. So let's get you building that purpose. Let's actually make it feel like you want to get out of bed every morning. Make it feel like you're working towards a goal. Make it feel like your life is fulfilling you. So here's some steps to help you build purpose. I want to teach people. Let's do that in this video. So hopefully you can take away something from this video. Write out your values and what matters most. What do you value? What kind of man, as I mentioned before, what kind of man do you want to emulate? List your strengths, your passions and life lessons. And then commit to trying one new aligned action this week. Ask yourself these questions. I'm going to show you some questions on the next slide, which I would advise asking yourself. And this doesn't have to be a one-day task. This doesn't have to be a 2-hour task. Ask yourself over the span of the next week, maybe, these questions. And then reflect weekly on these questions and adjust them according to the kind of life that you want to live. Purpose is a path. Start walking it today. Here's a picture when I started to feel more fulfilled. I started to have some more values, some more morals. I started to take life seriously and start putting the building blocks in place to become the man that I actually wanted to be, rather than constantly looking in the mirror and thinking, who am I? What have I become? I'm not proud of the man that I am. Let me show you these questions. These questions, before I go on to the next slide, are what completely changed my life. I had to ask myself in detail, what were the answers to these questions? So let's get into it. Ask yourself these. Who am I and why? Who are you? What is it you love? What are your passions? And why is that? Maybe it's due to upbringing. Maybe it's just passions you've constantly had your whole life, but you never really thought about helping people with your passions. You went into a 9-to-5, but it's not fulfilling you. There's a lot of men out there that are working 9-to-5s, but it's not fulfilling them. So let's get you to having a fulfilling life. How can I use this to my benefit? So how can your passions benefit you? Well, my mistakes, my pain, the passion I have now is helping people. Only through my mistakes can I now help people because of the lessons that I've learned along my journey. So use whatever your passions are, who you are and why, to your benefit. Maybe start teaching people how you've overcome your problems, your issues in your life. Number 3, what do I need to change? What do you need to change? Which comes into number 4 actually. Let's cover these both at the same time. What do you need to change and what do you need to let go of? For me, it was I needed to let go of drinking alcohol. I needed to let go of using drugs. I needed to let go of my old self. I had to completely get rid of my old self. How did I do this? Well, I cut off all my old friends and I completely redesigned myself on the man that I actually want to be. A man of values, a man of morals. So start making the actions today for your future self. Start putting the building blocks in place for who you want to be in the future. It's only over consistency, over days, years, months, years. It's only over consistency of them 1% wins. If you haven't read it already, Atomic Habits is a brilliant book which explains getting them 1% wins every day, which add up over the span of years. What do I need to implement to make this change? So what did I need to implement? I needed to let go of my old life. I needed to get rid of my old friends who were negatively influencing me. I had to completely change my life. There's a saying that change requires change. You know, nothing will change if you don't actually change anything. I know it sounds simple, but it's true. For me to actually change, I had to really want it. I had to completely destroy my old self, but keep the knowledge and the lessons that I learned along the years. What do I want in life? What do you actually want? Do you want a house? Do you want a nice car? Do you want a partner who actually loves you for who you are and not money, status? I believe you attract what you are. I'd like to think I'm a man of integrity, a man of morals, a man of values, and I've attracted the same female partner. a lady of morals, a lady of values, integrity. As I said, I'm in Poland right now, and I think a lot of females over here still have them core values, whereas a lot of females in the UK, not all of them, but a lot of them just want to party. They want to go out, take drugs, sleep around. So think about the kind of partner that it is that you want to attract, and what man does it require you being to attract that partner. And what am I grateful for? Look, it's all right having purpose. It's all right living a life that fulfills you. But when you get to that stage where you're living the life you now want to live, you have to remind yourself how far you've come. Start writing a gratitude list. I always speak about this. You may think it's stupid, but just do it for a week. Every morning, what am I grateful for? Straight away, it started you on a positive note. Straight away, your day's going to be more positive. Oh, I appreciate having a house. I appreciate having a bed to sleep in. I appreciate having a partner that I have. Like I said, it's all right getting to bettering yourself. But if you're not grateful for it, if you don't appreciate what it is that you've built, then what's the point in having it? Even days today where I'm proud of myself, I've bettered myself, I still struggle to be happy with what I have. I still strive for more, and of course that's going to be a benefit to me because I'm going to keep pushing further and further. But at the same time, I need to sit back sometimes and just think, wow, I came this far. And sometimes it's only when people like my coach, what I personally have for bodybuilding, sometimes it's only when he says, look how far you've come, man. Like, I'll go through the pictures from 2 years ago. And it's only then when someone reminds me that I think, wow, I've come a long way. Now, enough about me. Of course, through these mistakes, this pain in my life, I've built a lot of knowledge on getting out of ruts. I was using drugs every day. I was drinking alcohol every weekend. I now don't do any of that. I completely turned my life around. And the knowledge that I've learned has made me want to help men become better men. It's made me want to build an army of men who are on the same journey. So if you do have any questions, you want any advice, or you want to look into my full rebirth protocol, which covers not only fitness, mindset, spirituality side of things, it covers absolutely everything that you need to become the man. You might watch movies like James Bond, and you think, oh, I'd love to be someone like James Bond. This protocol, this rebirth protocol, is what will help you recreate and take you on the journey that I've been on. Rather than you making all the mistakes that I made, let's get you on the journey today to making you the man that you want to become. When you look in that mirror in the morning, you're proud of the physique you've built, the mindset you've created, all from daily habits. So people understand what it is I provide. You'll have 24/7 WhatsApp access to me. Okay, I'll be sending you voice notes every morning. Maybe you're struggling to get out of bed. I'll be sending you a motivational voice note. We'll be getting you in cold showers. We'll be getting you working out every day, eating clean, meditating. All the building blocks that I had to put in place, I've now put into one, not course, one coaching product to help you grow the same way that I have. Everything's down in the description. If you want to book a call, if you want to maybe message me on Instagram with questions or advice like I've stated here, just DM me on Instagram. I've helped so many lads so far. I'm going to make a video soon on one of the lads that I'm helping at the minute and how much his life has changed. He was stuck smoking weed every day, not working out. Now he's proud of the physique he's built. He stopped smoking weed. He's in them cold showers every morning. And even his parents, his family around him have noticed how much his life has actually changed from making these changes. Guys, I hope this has helped you. Any likes on the video appreciated. If you haven't already, subscribe for more content like this. I'm going to be providing as much free value as possible on this YouTube channel. Appreciate you all.